This man is handed a note and knows he's about to die. Welcome back, Charlie here. Today we're going to take a look at some scary videos with the most chilling backstories I could find. On their own, these videos may look totally normal, but once you learn the dark truths behind them, they become the scariest videos you've ever seen. But I have to warn you, these videos only get more scary and mysterious as we go. Death Note. The man you're looking at in this video is named Chelino Sanchez. Chelino Sanchez was a very famous Mexican singer. Chelino gained a lot of fame in Mexico for his songs. He later went to the USA and became famous there too. But in 1992 he returned to his home of Mexico. This was to perform a rare gig in Culiacan, Mexico. The gig was on the 15th of May 1992. The show went relatively normal at first. That was until Chelino Sanchez was about to play his final song for the night. Before his final song, he was handed a note. The note said, "If you play this next song, you will die." Chelino paused to read the note and naturally seemed rather scared. But after a few seconds, he recomposed himself. He crumpled up the piece of paper, put it in his pocket, and continued the show. In defiance of the note, he played his final song. And it said he gave one of the best performances of his life. Almost like he knew it would be his last. He then gave an unusually long goodbye to everyone in the band. Chelino then left through a back door. He got into his car and drove home. But on the way, he was pulled over by a fake police car. The men claimed to be law enforcement agents. They told Chelino that the head of police wanted to speak with him. They then handcuffed and blindfolded Chelino. He was put into their vehicle and driven to an undisclosed location. Chelino was then shot in the back of the head twice. He was found 4 hours later. A motive was never established, but it's believed the hit was related to Mexican narco gangs. Chelino had connections to people who worked in cartels. He also wrote various narco corridos. These are songs about specific drug lords in Mexico. It's clear Chelino made some enemies and paid the ultimate price with his life. The person recording this had no idea it would be the last recording of Chelino alive. He looked so calm on the surface, almost like after reading the note he accepted his fate. Tesla detects ghosts. Tesla are famous for their self-driving cars. Of course, for this to be safe, the car must be able to detect any humans in the way. But perhaps cars can detect what humans can't. One man named Edgar had driven into a cemetery to deliver flowers at a grave. It's almost as if his car was detecting spirits around him. As Edgar moves his camera around the cemetery, you can see there's no one there. The person keeps flashing on and off the screen, almost as if the Tesla is having trouble detecting whatever this is. Some believe the Tesla really did detect a ghost or spirit. But what do you think? The car detects people using sensors, which is the same technology ghost hunters use when going to a haunted house. Perhaps sensors can detect ghosts, but our human eyes simply cannot see them. Fritz the doll. Mr. Fritz is a ventriloquist doll. He was used by the German army to entertain Allied prisoners of war during World War II. He was used in Stalag 2B, which was a German prisoner of war camp. His creator was an American prisoner of war. His creator was shot by German troops along with 10 other men. This was during forced labor duty on a nearby farm. This occurred only 2 weeks before the camp was liberated in 1945. Since then, it's been said Mr. Fritz is possessed by his creator's spirit. For years, many said this doll would move all by itself, until 2019 when it was caught moving on camera. The video begins with various strange orbs moving around, and that's when Mr. Fritz's glass case opens all by itself. If you think that's creepy, then check out the footage from the following night. The following night, the orbs appear again, and just like the night before, the door opens. But pay close attention to Mr. Fritz's eyes. As you can see, they clearly move. Mr. Fritz's mouth then begins to move as well. The doll is not animatronic at all, and inside it's hollow. There's no mechanism that could make its eyes and mouth move. The doll is currently owned by Michael Diamond. He keeps it in a glass case in Liverpool, UK. He says he has now secured the cabinet with a chain and covered it with a blanket. For his own sake, I hope that's enough to stop Mr. Fritz. Missing Persons Shrine. In 2016, a hiker named James Rankin was taking a walk in the woods. He was in Long Island Park in New York. That was when he came across a missing persons poster. He thought it was strange to see one of these in the woods. However, after taking a few more steps, he saw more and more posters. In total, he saw more than 24 missing persons posters hanging in the woods. All of the posters were real. The posters showed all kinds of people who'd gone missing across the US.
These are just the ones that I've gone and close up.
James also uncovered a camp. There was a tent, bedding, and opened cans of food. It's clear that someone was living here, and for some sinister reason was collecting missing persons posters. Some speculated that whoever did this may be behind the disappearances. Maybe it's like he's keeping score in some sick way. After James found this, police opened an investigation, but so far no leads have been found. Whoever made this shrine is yet to be identified, and whether the person had anything to do with the disappearances is unknown. Dragon Creature. You never know what you might see when driving at night. In June of 2021, a man was driving down a rural road. There were no streetlights, and the only thing lighting the way was his headlights. That was when his dashcam picks up something scary jumping from one side of the road to the other. The driver also saw this, but it was too fast to see. It was only when he went back and looked at his dashcam footage that he realized this was not an animal, or at least not one that he could identify. The creature looks almost like a dragon. Some say it looks like a gigantic mantis, but no one is sure what this actually is. To this day, it remains a total mystery. Demon in the Bed. This video comes from a Malaysian teenager named Samir. He was laying on a bed watching a movie with his mother. His mother had fallen asleep, so Samir decided to take a funny video to show his mother when she woke up. But when the camera pans over to his mother, there's something strange in the bed. Samir freezes as he can't believe what he's seeing, but a pale demon face is in the bed with them. When he looks back, the face is gone. Samir is terrified and immediately wakes up his mother. Samir wasn't sure if he was seeing things as he'd been awake for some time, but as you can see on the camera, there's clearly something on the bed. The figure casts a shadow and is changing the pillow's shape, so it appears this is not CGI. Living photograph. One day a family was sitting in their living room looking at old photos, but that's when something on one of the photos made everyone on the family stop in fear. They realized that the hair on a baby photo was moving all by itself. Scarily, the infant in this photo passed away. Some believe that this person's spirit may be haunting the photo. Let me know what you think could be going on in this image. Frozen birds. This video was recorded in Florida, USA. A man is passing by some hills when he sees some birds in the sky, but he soon realizes that none of the birds are moving in the sky. These birds appear to be frozen in time. There's no way that a bird could suspend itself in the sky and not fall down. They have to flap their wings in order to stay up. It would be understandable if this was one bird, such as an eagle. But this is a large flock of crows which always have to flap their wings. Could this be a real-life glitch in the Matrix? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But now it's time for you to make your voice heard. Which was the most scary video on this list? If you want to see my short videos, then check out my new channel. But as always, thank you for watching. Leave a like rating if you enjoyed. And if you haven't already, then what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.